Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mention It All podcast. I am excited today to be joined by a little bit of a different reality TV personality than we usually talk to. He is a pro on Dancing with the Stars, among other things. Ezra Sosa, welcome to the show.
I'm like, hey. I'm sorry, I'm not a housewife. Hey.
How y'all doing?
How y'all doing? I like shake my ass in different ways.
You watch and like critique some of the moves you see because it's like that's
all
not
the time.
The technique
I'm a
isn't
gay
given.
ass man. Of course, I'm critiquing every dance move I see. Oh my god.
How are you doing? What are you up to these days?
What am I up? I'm just living my life. I don't know. Like such a loaded question. I'm like, what are you up to these days? Got in my flight yesterday in New York, but mostly just spending most of my time right now getting ready for next season.
Yeah. Very exciting. We know a few people who are going to be on this season?
Yeah.
Well, you might know more than a few people.
I do know more people, but I'm not.
I know. I'm not trying to get you like disappeared by big ballroom.
That's why PR's here. So.
No. So this season so far, it's Alex Earl,
correct.
Our Mormon wives, ladies, Jen and Whitney,
yes,
and Robert Irwin, sexy Australian hunk.
Yeah, I fear the cast is already stacked. Like
it's been
insane.
I like what they've started. I feel like it used to be like we wouldn't know anyone and then they would announce it all at once, and they've started like, oh, like here you can have a name now. Oh, here the Mormon wives, like you can find out, like they're sort of like giving us little tidbits more than they used to, I think.
I definitely feel their strategy this year is to just drop celebs, but if you notice, they're dropping celebs that are really hot in that moment.
Yeah.
So Robert Irwin had his Bonds underwear, like hot ass sexy moment, and then next thing you know, Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
I feel like Alex Earl, she's just that girl. So announcing her was just very obvious.
Yeah, and the Mormon wives, they did. I think like when their reunion came out,
Yeah,
it was
correct.
like, oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy to me because Jen just had a baby like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And now she's gonna be in the ballroom.
Okay, fuck it. I'm going to say it. I taught Jen how to dance on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So we were on tour in Utah.
Yeah.
And she reached out to me. And I didn't know, because I haven't seen season 2 at the time.
Okay.
Or like no one's seen season 2 at the time.
Right.
But when she reached out, she said, I haven't really been filming, but I really just want to get in the studio with you. And like the camera people will just come. I'm like, slay. I'm like, work. And they filmed it. And I just remember how much she wanted to be on the show. Also at the time, she was preggers.
Yeah.
But she got through a whole lesson. She crushed it. I don't know if they're going to air it or not, but I saw my shoulder in the trailer, so I'm sure. Like I have to be in it.
Like, the footage exists.
The footage exists,
somewhere.
so I'm sure it's in it. So I remember just getting to work with her in that and really just hearing her and her like dream to be on the show. I was rooting for her, so I'm really happy that she's going to be on the show this year.
Interesting. I feel like something shifted a few years ago where like people will like openly talk about having it on the vision board of like, yeah, I want to do Dancing with the Stars. That's like the coolest thing. Like on Vanderpump Rules, Sheena is like her number one goal in life.
Bless her whole
Dancing with the Stars.
Bless her heart. Like literally bless her heart. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I feel bad for her. I hope she does it.
And you were like already on the show when Ariana was there.
Yeah, correct. Ariana season, I actually wasn't asked back that season.
Okay.
But they brought me back because pro at the time, Artem, had COVID. And that's when I danced with Charity Lawson. That was my first time ever being a pro.
Okay.
So I was devastated because the season before I was on Troop. And if you don't know what Troop is, Troop means professional dancer but in training. So I'm doing all the background work. I'm just basically in every single room, basically just training to be a pro one day. The hard part about Troop is you're never guaranteed a pro.
Right.
So that's why you see people be on Troop, but you never really see them again. I was lucky enough to be on Troop, got to fill in for 1 week, and that was basically in my audition to be a pro.
That must be so stressful when you have this like one shot and you might not get another chance to like do the dance on the show.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, wait, now I need to like kind of like extra crush this.
Don't get me wrong, I was shitting bricks. Like I was definitely like shit my pants every single day. But weird enough, that whole process, especially with Charity, I never doubted myself once. And I'm a Scorpio, so like the doubt is real. Like I have so much insecurities and whatnot. But I just remember that week feeling so secure in what I did and like teaching her. it just felt like I was in the right place. And definitely felt after that experience I had with her, I was going to be a pro full time.
Yeah. And so last season was your first time
Yes.
full time being a pro.
Yes.
Famously paired with Anna Delvey.
Who's that? Who's that?
What is the process like? Like, how long before the season starts do you find out like who you might be paired with? Is there like a process of, do you get any say in it? Like, what's the how does that work?
So they gave you so much time to really like prepare. They told me a week before I started, and I was already actually working in New York on a current job.
Okay.
And I was convinced I was not going to be on the season because I knew the season before I wasn't asked back.
Right.
I filled in for a week, but then I found out next year that it was going to be even harder to be a pro. I won't get into why, but there was a whole thing with production. They were like, we're not going to have as many pros this season. Luckily, majority of us came back. I'm not really sure how that went down, but I thought for sure I wasn't going to be there. So I took on a job in New York, and that's when I got the call. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it was happening. And I remember the casting director being like, are you okay? Because I was seriously in a state of shock to happen. And then she was like, I remember in the call too, she was like, you're so patient and you're so kind and you're so patient and you're so kind. I'm like, fuck, who do I have? I'm like, shit. I'm like, fuck. And she was right. I am patient and kind. She's very right.
You're like, and those skills were...
Yeah, I was like, and I was. Period.
So then like after that season, obviously you didn't make it to the end of the season.
Yeah.
What is it like? Was it kind of that was your first experience being the full-time pro, and then you don't make it to the end? You're kind of like, wait, that was so fast.
Yeah, I thought I was getting fired. I thought I was going to come back.
I feel like though, because I like watching Dancing with the Stars, but I don't always keep up with the season the whole time. And I feel like last season I was like, oh, people are liking Ezra beyond just like the couple of dances he got to do on the show. So what was it like for you kind of getting that reception your first season, even though maybe the competition didn't go the way you hoped it would?
I definitely feel as a pro, I have a different perspective on the show. Because I say, if you win, like winning the season isn't necessarily winning the mirror ball. For instance, you have seasons where, I mean, look at like JoJo Siwa. She didn't win her season.
Right.
But you think JoJo Siwa, like who beat her? Like she had such an iconic season. I definitely feel like Alona was a huge one last season.
Oh, yeah.
Who like had such a triumphant moment, maybe didn't win a mirror ball, but 3 years to come, you're going to remember that she did the show.
Yeah.
So I knew when I was paired with Anna, we weren't going to make it far, but I knew I could have a win in my book if I played my cards right. Getting eliminated first was hard.
Yeah.
It was, because truthfully, I didn't expect for her and I to go home first. I thought for sure we were going to last a couple more weeks. Especially because, I mean, I knew people didn't like her, but I knew people actually loved her.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of people out there that were seriously supporting her. So getting eliminated first was very jarring, especially as your first season. Thought I was going to get fired, like no cap. But the blessing behind it was her giving me kind of a spotlight. And I really took with that and I ran. I was like, eliminated pros? Okay, let's film TikToks. And me being chronically online also helped too.
Well, I feel like it kind of was like you had like the moment on the show, and like obviously people have their own thoughts about her, but then it's like you kind of get that moment and people are like, wait, who's this like new young...
Yeah, who's this diva? I'm like, that's me, bitch.
You are like the first pro to be born in the 2000s, I think. Like the youngest.
No, Riley.
Riley?
Riley's like young. She's like 5 years younger than me.
She's not 5 years.
Yeah, she just turned 20. And I'm going to turn 25 this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's a youngin'. But one thing I love about Riley is she does, like you're surprised. She doesn't show her age. She's really mature. Even her first season as a pro, she was fresh 18. Could you imagine like graduating high school and getting to do that? But she crushed it.
Yeah.
And she held herself so well.
What is it like? I imagine like you probably grew up watching Dancing with the Stars, knowing,
course.
You're in the like this dance community is, it's a small world.
It is a small world.
You were on other shows too, like you were on So You Think You Can Dance, and
correct.
So like, what was it like for you, kind of stepping into the arena with like these people that are, I mean, they're famous even outside of the dance world, but it's
Yeah.
like, I imagine that was kind of, I don't know, intimidating.
So I grew up at the same studio that a lot of the pros came from. I don't know if you know, but a lot of the pros are from Utah.
Utah, yeah.
And they all
I know, like the Huff dynasty.
Yes, I'm like living. I'm like, yes. I love the whole lore, especially because you have two Mormon wives that are going onto the show.
Yes.
And we have a lot of Mormon pros. So we're gonna see how that goes down. I'm very interested to see.
Okay.
I'm interested to see that. But wait, what was your question? I have ADHD.
Like when you first kind of joined the show, being with these like people that you've seen on TV that have that reputation, like what was that like for you being so young and kind of fresh to the show?
So like back to what I was saying, I went to the same studio as a lot of them. So as a kid, you're already idolizing them because their pictures are on the wall. I was a kid when Jenna Johnson, it was her senior year in high school. When I remember like seeing her senior year, I remember seeing her solo. I'm like, oh my God, I love Jenna. So seeing their trajectory, I definitely feel like they kind of paved the way for the younger generation. And I just kind of walked in that path to get on the show.
What is it like for you being from Utah watching reality TV set in Utah? Because now Salt Lake City Housewives is such a huge thing. Mormon Wives is such a huge thing. How is that for you?
I watch it and I'm like, just reminds me of home. I love it. I love it so much.
You're like, I recognize that specific brand of bullshit.
I'm like, I know this behavior. No, honestly, I live for it.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people I grew up in Utah. I don't live there anymore, but a lot of people currently in the Utah community like do not like how the show is representing Mormon culture or Utah culture. I feel separated from that, but I live for it. I'm like living for these shows, especially Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yeah. When it was first announced, I feel like some people were kind of like, but we already have Housewives of Salt Lake City. Like, how much more could there possibly be?
Right.
And it's like, oh no, this is a completely different.
Yeah.
It's a completely different world.
I agree with you. 100%.
It's like we have the Park City, the fur coats and everything. Like, we need the girls who are like having a barbecue.
Yes. I'm so glad that you say that because I feel like a lot of people compare the two shows.
Yeah.
But in my eyes, they feel different. I feel like one's very like social media heavy and one's a little bit more like integrated with reality TV. But I agree with you.
Yeah, the Mormon Wives thing of like the way that their social media followings and careers and whatever are like
integrated
the
in
topic
the show.
of conversation a lot of the time, and how they're making decisions and who's close with each other. It's like, are we making TikToks anymore? Like, it does feel like uniquely like 2025 in a way that it's like, oh yeah, that's like a real thing.
And as a creator, it's refreshing to see them filming them like making TikToks and really think about it. They wouldn't have that show if they didn't have their TikTok following or that whole lore behind the swinging scandal with TikTok.
Yeah, it's like Housewives shows are almost kind of the other way,
100%.
where it's like you get cast on the show and the show becomes a thing, and then maybe a couple of those people kind of like really break out on social media. But like there's plenty of housewives and people on Bravo that like barely pay attention to what's happening on social media.
No, and I love that so much. Especially people like
Time and Place.
Time and Place. The difference between like a Jen Affleck and like Phaedra Parks is like so different.
Oh my God, yeah. Like if Phaedra was making TikToks every day, like there would be something that felt off.
Yeah, I would be like, are you okay, girl? I'm like, did you get new PR? I'm like, what's happening?
There's something about like when like Nene Leakes pops up in a TikTok, you're like, wait, what? She
like does a double take. Like,
she doesn't really belong here.
Yeah.
This is something new and different.
Yeah.
What is your going back? Like, what was your kind of reality TV origin story? Like, what were you watching?
Dance Moms.
Like,
I mean, that's my guilty pleasure, and I hate how those girls were treated on the show because I'm close to a lot of them.
Okay.
But it's so unfortunate because it was really good TV. It was such good TV. I loved it. And especially as a kid who did dance, it was a whole lore. I'm like, Abby Lee, dance competition. Because I was very much in the same world. I just wasn't on the show. So I was very tapped in the Dance Moms.
Dance Moms is one of those things, like, if I feel like every few months it has like another moment on social media.
Yeah, it's like never gonna not be relevant.
It's like it will never die. And some of the sounds and the quotes and the dances, I think that's part of what made it so iconic is that like, yeah, the moms are fighting. Yeah, there's drama in rehearsal, but then you watch the dances and you're like, oh, this is batshit crazy.
Yeah. No, it is batshit crazy. And that's why I live for it.
Did you watch they did a Dance Moms reboot last year with like a new
I didn't watch
a new
it.
teacher, a new studio,
Yes.
new everything.
I didn't watch it. I wasn't living. I'm like, if Abby Lee's not there, I'm not there.
Okay, I watched it. I feel like I might be the only person that watched it.
I fear you were.
It was like I thought it was gonna be like, okay, we've like learned our lesson. It's gonna be about like nurturing young talent
No.
and like, you know, we're gonna keep, you know, the moms are gonna be, you know, healthy parenting, gentle, whatever. I was like, oh no, it's the exact same.
I wish I saw more healthy parenting, especially in that dance kind of world, because it is very toxic behavior.
It's just like, it's so high stakes.
It is.
For kids that are so young.
For like a first place ribbon. Come on, girl. Come on. It's not that deep. It really isn't.
How did you first get involved in dance? Were you from like a dancing family? I know your sister.
My
is a
sister
dancer.
actually started dancing, and we're like 14 months apart.
Okay.
So we're really close in age.
Yeah.
Growing up, we were like so close. She's still like my best friend. Love my sister. So when she got into dance, I just wanted to be with her. She went to a dance school that actually didn't accept boys.
Oh.
I know. I'm like, what? I was like, ah. But weirdly enough, growing up in Utah, there was only select studios that actually accepted boys.
Interesting.
Which, looking back, I'm like, that is terrible. It's so bad. So we moved into a studio called Center Stage. We just luckily went to the right place, and that's where notoriously all these professional dancers have come from. I started in ballet, and at the time, my director, Kim Del Grosso, she was like, do you want to do ballroom? And I was like, I saw ballroom and I just saw guys dancing with girls, and I was like, I don't know, like I don't want to, like I don't know if I could dance with a girl. Like at the time, like I didn't know I was gay, but I think that was a clear sign. I was like, I just don't want to dance with a girl.
You're like, we're so close. Like
I'm like, it's like really close, like cooties. Like I don't know, but I got into it, and one thing about especially ballroom that at the time growing up in Utah, I didn't really see was the culture behind ballroom dancing, and especially me being Latin and Hispanic, I really connected it in that sense. But I got into Latin and then really just fell in love with it.
Yeah, I think something that Dancing with the Stars maybe like it reinforced or made it more of a thing that like ballroom dancing it sounds so like traditional and like old fashioned, like, oh, it's like, oh, you're like dancing, like who dances a foxtrot? But then you watch the show and it's like you can do so much with these
you can
classic techniques and styles and things. And I feel like that it's like seeing somebody like you who's like young and energetic and whatever. It's like, yeah, like that's, you can bring so much more to like just a classic style. That
I 100% agree with you. I definitely feel like even compared to the other male pros, I'm a completely different energy. I think as a dancer, as a personality, even choreography wise, I feel, especially from the male perspective, I've had various different trainings and various different mentors from different aspects of the industry. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these male pros have only trained in ballroom. I've trained in ballroom. I've also toured with artists. I've worked with so many reputable choreographers.
Yeah.
Where I definitely feels like just gives me a different eye just on choreography.
Yeah, and I think with like on the show specifically, it's like you have not very much time to really make an impact.
Girl, you're always against the clock.
Yeah, and
terrible.
It's like the dances have to be short. You have to teach them really quickly. You have to like catch people's attention. Like if you want to do well on the show, you can't just go out there with like the same boring whatever that people have seen 100 times. And so there really is that like incentive to get creative and to give people something they haven't seen before.
Right.
Do you have like a lot of ideas in your head when you think about like next season or future seasons? It's like, oh, I want to do a Paso Doble where we're dressed like this.
Yes. I mean, if you ever see me with headphones on, I am just dreaming of something that I get to do on the show. And the fact that I even get, like, as a kid, I always did it. I would just listen to music, but like, this would be a good paso. Like, we can start here. Like, I was doing it ever since I was like 15, 16. Yeah. So the fact that I'm like when I became a pro and they're sending me music, I'm listening to it, I'm envisioning it. I'm like, this is my dream, and I'm actually getting to do it. So it's really exciting, especially going into next season, just thinking of the things I could do. But ultimately, it depends on who you have.
Right. Because if you're dancing with somebody who's like 50 years old and has never danced before versus like JoJo Siwa.
Yeah, there's a difference there.
There's a difference there.
Yeah, or like the difference between JoJo Siwa and a convicted felon. There's a difference. Tonally, choreographically, there's
you never know.
Yeah, I mean, Anna texted me when the whole like Julie Chrisley thing was going down.
Oh my God.
And she was like, "You're a partner next season." I'm like, "Bitch."
Well, that's what I saw the Karen Reed trial that was happening the other week, where when she got acquitted, it was like Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, you could see my DMs were flooded. We're flooded.
That is so funny. Are there people like, when you think about like being on the show and being partnered with somebody, like who are some of the people that you think of that are like, oh, if I could just get my hands on her?
Honestly, everyone they've announced so far is already so good. And I definitely feel like everyone's like, I've been getting a lot of people saying, I want you with Whitney, I want you with Jen, I want you with Alex. I'm like, girl, I'll take all three. They're all and Robert. I'm like, Jesus, I want all just already. And from what I hear too, it's gonna be a spectacular season. So genuinely, like literally anyone they've announced, I'll gladly take.
Do you have like bucket list kind of people where it's like, oh my God, if she did Dancing with the Stars,
like Trisha Paytas, please. I just did her podcast, and we were I was just sitting with her, like talking with her, like the things we could do on the show, and I really wish that she gets to get.
Trisha would be. I mean, that would be like appointment television.
And I feel bad too because she was sitting there and she's like, what can I do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, because I keep saying your name, but she was pregnant, and I was saying they usually don't take people who are pregnant. But then next thing you know, they announced Netflix. So
yeah, it's like my dream date.
Yeah, man. I was like, yeah, man. She's really probably upset about that one.
I mean, though, like, there's always next year.
Yeah.
Also, like, I would argue that maybe doing the show a couple months after having a baby, like, maybe you're not going to be set up for success the same way you might be if you're like really preparing for it. I don't know.
I agree with you there, and I definitely feel like if you aren't at the healthiest compatibility to do the show, because it is very physical, and I feel like a lot of people truly don't understand how physical it is, because a lot of these celebrities, they have different activity levels going into the show.
I think a lot of people who have been on the show have talked about that afterward, that it's like, oh yeah, like I knew it would be like a good workout. I didn't realize that it would be like boot camp the entire time I'm on the show.
And they get snatched, and that's my favorite part. They get snatched
there. I mean,
I love it when they get snatched.
I feel like people's lives get changed by doing the show sometimes.
Well, if you think about it, these celebrities are doing something out of their comfort zone. Yeah. It's a very vulnerable experience. So as a human, you are truly being tested, and you're then having to do it in front of millions of people. So it is for a lot of people who go into it with the right mindset, they always leave like with a very valuable lesson in life and dance and whatnot. But ultimately, we're just teaching them how to cha-cha, which is why the show is so special.
Yeah. I'm curious, like pros on Dancing with the Stars have done so many different types of projects and opportunities. I mean, like we said, the Huffs have done literally everything. Yeah. Max was on Traitors a couple seasons ago.
And Mark is doing Traitors.
Mark's doing Traitors. What do you have stuff that's kind of on your like vision board of like, oh, maybe I would do this, maybe I would do that? Like, what's
my vision board for this year was doing Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I just desperately wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So I got to do that, which is really sick. I can see myself doing Traitors. I don't know if I'd be good on Traitors, to be honest with you.
I don't know if you would be good on Traitors either.
Yeah, I don't know if that's I mean, if they're wanting a fun, fruity guy, then I'm your girl.
I feel like you would be a great addition to the cast. I don't know if you would do super well.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm the same way. When I think about that, I'm like, oh, I would be a mess.
Yeah, I'll make good TV, but I don't know if I could last. I don't know. I'm not good at mind games. Like I just don't. Like I just see Gabby Windy, and seeing her crush that, I'm like, I can't do that like you did.
No, and when you think about the fact that they're stuck in that environment for 2 weeks, it's like you don't get to like slay at the round table and then go sit on the couch for a day. Like you have to be like in it.
And you're not on your phone. That's a big one.
The
for
screen
me.
time would be an issue.
Yeah, the screen time would
I
be
think
an issue.
I talked to Dolores Catania, who was on last season.
I live for her.
I think she said they get like 15 minutes a day to like make a phone call.
That's when I knew Mark was on the show, because I texted him and it wasn't going through, and I don't know why. I haven't even told him this. I didn't know why mine was like, oh, he's on Traders. I just assumed, because I knew at the time that's when they are approximately filming.
Yeah.
So when his texts weren't going through, I'm like, oh, he's not on his phone. Oh, he's on Traders right now.
And you're like, okay, so you're not using your 15-minute phone call for the day to get back to my text?
Back to me. I was like, oh, you're texting your kid right now? This is crazy. But he responded. He was like, Ezra, I'm so sorry. I've taken a social media break. I'm like, sure.
Well,
dude.
that was always the thing. Like when the girls would go on Drag Race and they would like be like, I'm stepping away for the next month for my mental health, and it's like,
bitch, we know you did Drag Race, and you know that I did Drag Race too.
What did you do on Drag Race?
So I was part of I danced on the show. It was All Star 7.
Oh my god!
I was like on the most iconic season ever, and at the time the only drag queen I'd met was Laganja Estranja. Growing up in Utah, as you can imagine, they didn't paint drag queens in the best light. So when I was offered to dance on the show, I was hesitant because I was freshly moved to LA. I was still closeted. It was still a really hard experience for me to do, but I knew that was my community. So I knew I wanted to do the show. So when I got to do it, they were like, you're in front of legends. These are legends. I'm like, great. I don't even know who these people are.
You're like, great. Her makeup's cute.
Yeah. But I'll never forget the way Jinx Monsoon.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And the way she held herself in that room, and the way she made me feel, and the way she made the camera guy feel. And all those queens truly just inspired me with their professionalism and the way they held themselves and how cunty they were. I was just gagged, truly.
Yeah.
And it was that experience that really opened my eyes on the ignorance that I was taught growing up, but also at the same time how these artists are truly the best at what they do.
Yeah. It's really cool when you meet somebody who's like the best at what they do and also is like a cool person.
Yes.
While they're doing it.
Yes. I hate meeting someone who's like sick, but then like a bitch. I'm like, I cannot stand that.
Yeah. I mean, people literally, like, the number one question I get is like, so who sucked the most that you've had on the podcast? I'm like, I don't know. You always hope that people are just like chill and fun.
Like, I don't know, but
no, I thankfully very few horror stories, I would say.
Did you have Phaedra?
Yeah. Phaedra's great.
Her makeup
yes
there's not a single pore on her face.
It's flawless makeup. The hair is always just like so exactly correct.
Yes.
I'm interested, like, on Dancing with the Stars, like, do people bring their own glam sometimes?
It depends on like Brooks had Patrick Ta come in every week to do it.
Of course.
I'm like, of course you have Patrick Ta coming in. But for us peasants, we would go and get our makeup.
You're getting like a quick
we're getting a quick little get out there.
They're like, you got 5 minutes.
But the hair and makeup team, they're truly incredible on the show. And as you can imagine, doing a live show with hair and makeup is really difficult to do.
Yeah, so many moving pieces.
Yeah.
Doing anything live is just like...
Just doing anything is so hard.
Doing anything is so hard.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, this has been just...
I'm already sweating.
Whew,
girl.
What time is it? I don't know. We got to get out of here.
I'm like, we got to get to hide. What is the sound? It is 7 p.m. on a Friday. Get your ass up we're going to hide, whatever. Oh my God. I love that sound.
This has been great.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Yes.
I am so curious to see what more casting surprises we have in store for this season.
It's going to be... Okay, I feel like I want to... No, I'm not going to Easter egg any of them. Sorry.
I don't think you need to.
No. And I fear I'd actually get fired if I could. So, yeah, so we're not going to do that today.
Again, not trying to get you fired. That's
trying to keep my job. That's the goal.
We love that.
The off season, that was my goal. Trying to keep my job.
Right. It's like go on tour...
Make it through tour. That was on tour. I was like, let's get through tour.
Yeah.
Off tour, try to keep your job. That's my agenda.
There you go. 2 things to.
And how do we do? Am I keeping my? Okay, we're great.
Doing good. We got the thumbs up.
Great. We still have a job.
So far.
Great job.
Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to rate, review, follow, and until next time, be cool. Don't be all like uncool.
Yeah, we don't like that.
Don't like that.